Okay, hey everybody. This is Grace, and I came outside even though we're under a wind advisory. It's just a regular wind advisory, but up to 50-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, we're going to drop, the temperature high is going to drop something like 40 something. Yeah, overnight. Well, yesterday it was 80. Well, lately we've been having in the 80s temperature here in Dallas. I mean, suburb of Dallas, northeast of it. And today is December 28th. And yeah, we've been having some interesting temperatures. And then now it's all of a sudden going to drop like that. And they were saying that tonight was going to be below freezing. But I don't know if that's changed. It often does. So, anyway, there's my little talk about the weather. But usually while I'm out here, to make videos, wanted to get out of the house before all of this really hit bad and make some videos. But I want to talk about something that I don't know what has hit me with this. But I've been writing these stories. Okay, so anyway, I've been writing and making, boy, my voice lately, my words are coming out slower. So much is on my mind. But I've been writing these stories, these series for, stories for it for years. The first one was decades ago. I don't even know how long ago. It was about Dawn, a woman named Dawn, and her brother David and his friend Christopher. Yeah, long time ago. But I've been doing these, and overall, they're just characters that come to my mind. I always thought this when I was young, that I would just write stories. Not necessarily only romance stories, but just stories. And at this point in my life, I'm finally doing it. Not the traditional way, but hey, since when have I been very traditional? So, not really ever. But I've been writing them, and they're fiction. The characters, like recently, when was it? I don't know if it was before September or after September. September was a month when I was very ill. But anyway, whenever I did write them, I had 15 characters just popped into my head, and a whole storyline and all that. Different ones for their histories, like their family and stuff like that too. Man, I was writing fast because I don't type it. Nope, I can type really fast, but no, I've always been able to. Not always. We learned how to type in I think 9th grade. That was back when they had those manual typewriters. They weren't electric. Yeah, and shorthand too, by the way. But anyway, these stories, to get right to this part, lately my storylines, I don't know, I should call these spin-offs. One of them is just very dark. Well, some of the stories are very dark. Adam even said it when I told him about some of them. He said, that's very, very dark. I know that. He really didn't need to tell me, but one of them became dark in a way that was like, they reminded me of people that I know too much. I mean, some people say everybody, and when you write a story, I don't. Some of these, I don't know these people in this one spin-off, let's call it. It's called the right word. How about that? I don't know anybody like them. Okay, at all. So, and then all of a sudden I was adding these ones, changing them around from different channel, taking them down, saying, okay, this will go with this storyline, the spin-off, and the storyline. And it was so dark. It was just bad. And so I deleted them. Yeah. It was more than one person, but especially one, and she's a very bad character in my story, in the fiction that I wrote. Very bad character. And I'm not talking about doing physical harm to anybody. Mine are generally about people who do psychological harm to people, which is bad. Okay, physical isn't the only kind of abuse, you know. Anyway, so I deleted them. I actually have them on the cloud, you know, and I have them in written also, but yeah. So I've got to rework that to where it's fiction. So, and I couldn't let it go. Could not let it go. That it just kept bothering me. These are too much like people I know. So, okay, this seems like it's going to be one of those video fails. It's just a little bit of too much going on around me, and thoughts and everything. Plus the weather, and the fall came so late. Just this month, like just December. Yeah, finally got here, and the leaves are still flying everywhere. So it's kind of weird when it's after Christmas. You got leaves flying all over the place. But yeah, you know, that was really starting to bug me. So last night I couldn't even sleep, and it wasn't just because of that. I couldn't sleep because I was rearranging these videos, putting them in a different channel, and doing all this. And that wasn't the first time. It's been a few days of this, trying to edit, and not edit like that, but the way I edit for what I do. And then I, you know, fell asleep, woke up, and said, "That's it's just all wrong." And I hadn't had that thought, and I just deleted them. You know, all the work that I did, not all the work, but that work, delete. You know, the fiction stories are going to stay fictional, and one of them is going to be dark. Well, one of the cases in my one of the cases is very dark, and the other one, the main one I'm working on now, that I mixed with that, it isn't quite so dark. But the characters were all, like I said, just sat there and boom, 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 they started hitting me. And there's been more since then, just the first 15. But, yeah. Those other ones, no, too dark. So, too dark and too much like people I know. Wrapping it up.